ever been so overwhelmed by stress that your brain just completely freezes? So traditional apps, they ask you to read long articles and do complex journaling, which is impossible for our amygdala, the part of brain which handles stress, to kind of move out of stress and think logically. Our one little nudge is an Capstone app which we have built. It is powered. It's a multi-agent system powered by Gemini 2.5 that gets you out of panic into productivity in less than 15 seconds. So at the heart of one little nudge is an orchestrated multi-agent system that is built upon the core Google's agent development kit. We aren't just It's just not a single prompt. Beneath the front end is a hierarchical empathy router, which is root agent that assesses the user's emotion state. And based on the severity of user stress, the router dynamically hands off the execution to the sub-agent, which could be a neuro switch agent or which could be a microwave. The neuro switch agent actually it determines the level of emotional grounding. And the micro engine, it breaks into multiple achievable steps which the user can uh, action or do. So let's look at it real quick. So once I enter this, I'll just put it as is. Struggling with exams. Now for religions, let's say I'll choose Christianity, and probably I'll still go with Lord Krishna. And let's see. So now empathy router. If you see here, it is empathy router. The moment I will say uh, tomorrow I have exams, struggling with 3 books, overwhelmed, clueless, how to handle. So each of them is kind of tokenized here. Here we monitor the happiness index. It says how many messages, and these are the other users who are using it concurrently. Now the other thing with see now it is switching from to neuro switch agent. It says what needs to be done, and because of the stress level, it determines there might be a crisis. Yeah, and it gives you the number to text. Now here we see how the Justin token activity is happening. One interactions, the token budget used is this much and all that. So if I just quickly switch to my anti-gravity, so if you see here, this is my app and this is my evaluation. This LLM judge, it checks uh, what this LLM judge takes the prompt and it kind of determines what is my stress level. Okay. Then similarly, the security here, what happens is now the most important thing is to keep our core agent logic clean. We isolated our user personas by implementing the MCP standalone server. So now in my personas, just scroll down, I've defined multiple personas here. So for example, let's say right to train it, I'm giving single mom, child, recurring illness, works part time. The user has a favorite book of Harry Potter and etc. Now, so what happens is instead of hard coding characters into our agent prompts, our ADK agents dynamically queries the MCP server to fetch the character. For example, Lord Krishna specific Bhagavad Gita slokas. And this injects a deep cultural resonance into the Gemini prompt at the exact moment. Now, in terms of security, because of the psychological interventions are high stakes, security is our top priority. Now, we implemented a zero ambient authority using just-in-time token manager. So what he does is this token, um, there is no, it doesn't have any default permission. It must be cryptographically requested within the 30 seconds and it expires after the 30 seconds. And to read the history, it it the token is kind of cryptographically encrypted and it needs to be de-encrypted. It doesn't need to be de-encrypted, but to go through that history, it goes through this encryption process. Now the entire brain of this operation is powered by 2.5 plus, Gemini 2.5 Flash for the extreme speed and nuance. So we have implemented the two sub-agents. One is the micro engine and the neuro switch, as I explained. The persona server, I have defined it here.